Hi guys, Allison here. Happy Fused Glass Friday. So as you can see, we're going Christmas this week. I had been mulling over how to make an advent calendar out of fused glass, and I wanted it to be shaped as a tree, and I had some ideas. I had ordered a couple things online that haven't arrived yet that I was going to be using in my initial idea. And then I went to the thrift store yesterday, just, looking around, not for anything in particular, and I found this Christmas tree. It says Hallmark down here, and on the back it says it's like a memory shadow box initially for ornaments. So you can see it was $3.99. I got a great deal. So I thought that I could use this as my advent calendar instead of making the tree part out of glass. What my new plan is going to be is to make 25 little numbered medallions that are Christmas themed that you can then hang on these little hooks. So there's actually 27 of these little hooks. I don't think this was not originally an advent calendar. This was just a way to display ornaments. So with these top two hooks, I'm going to make a little sign that says, I think, just Merry Christmas. And then the 25 below that will be the numbers. So that is the plan. Was really pretty excited when I found this. I might try to sand, I mean, you can't, it's not very obvious. I don't know if you can even read it. You zoom in a little bit. The part down here that says Hallmark, it's pretty subtle anyway, so I might just leave it, but we'll see how much that ends up bothering me at the end. So this is the base. I'm going to move this over to the side as I work on the glass parts. And then when I have it all put together, I'll make sure I get, somehow set it up a video that's better than this, where you can see the final product. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so starting off, I've pre-cut, these are about 1.5 inch squares. These are going to be like the backgrounds for my little medallions that are going to be hanging from those hooks. The tree levels are not all the same, so that was a little frustrating, but I'm just going to make these all the same size so that they're interchangeable and they can go anywhere on whichever hook. So they'll look a little bit smaller on the lowest rungs, and then they'll fill in a little bit more of the space on the ones above it. I think that'll be okay. So I'm going to speed this process up quite a bit. Me cutting all these circles here. Okay, so we have all of our little circles cut. I might just double check these against the tree off camera and just maybe refine them a little bit more if they're a little bit too big. Like I said, I just want to make sure that they fit onto any of the hooks there. There's one little piece of red in here. I switched over to a fresh scrap bucket when I was doing the white circles. Because all those little scraps off the white circles, that's going to make great snow for some of these little designs I have in mind. Okay, so I was fiddling around. So they do fit. The issue that I think I'll be running into is that on these two sections where these little eye hooks are, they're too close together for these to fit. So I think I can just unscrew these and move them over a bit. I can definitely try to do that because three of these do pretty much fit. Maybe I'll trim one down a little bit. This row, again, it's just where these guys need to be a little bit more spread out. And then all of the other rows I think are going to be okay. Or should I just make all the circles slightly smaller? I think I would just have to make these way too small for them to fit where the hooks are. I think I'm better off spreading those hooks out a bit. Okay, that's the general plan. So made an extra one. I'm not sure which color I'm going to use. I could either, make an extra blue one and take out a red one. We'll see how my little designs end up turning out. All right, so I have my circles. The tree, I think, is going to need some doctoring. I'll talk more about that at the very end when I have everything finished, and I'll let you know what I did on the tree. Here I have just a little general sketch. It looks a mess, I know, of what I'm intending to make on these little guys, and I did color code them, so I do have an idea of which pattern's going to go on each one. I am working quite small, so I might have to, adjust these a little bit. Like, I think maybe the Christmas tree on top of a car and the nutcracker might be a little bit ambitious, but we'll see how it goes. So let's go ahead and get started. Might start with some of the easy ones first. Okay, we are really making some progress here. I think I have 13 done, so that's a little bit more than half. So let's keep going here. Alright guys, we are here on the final stretch of these. I do apologize, I'm not being very chatty. I just, this has been quite the undertaking, and I just wanted to make sure that I got everything finished, you know, relatively quickly. I do have other things I need to do today. So I have my last two here. So this one was going to be a snowman, and then this one is going to be, oh, that was the nutcracker. I was saving the hardest for last. Okay, so let's do the snowman first. And then also, I just want to point out that I haven't added the numbers yet. I know I've been using the black, not paint, but it works as paint. It's actually enamel powder mixed with a medium, but I've used that for, well, I guess just one of them here. I'm not going to be using that to write the numbers. I'm actually going to fire these first to a tack fuse, and then I have gold paint that I will add on afterwards and fire again at a much, much lower temperature. And I'll show that after these guys are done. But I was going to make the numbers out of gold. So if you notice here, like I took some of this snow off because I needed a place to add the number. I think all of the other ones, I mean, we're going to have to do pretty small numbers on some of these. I was intending to just, you know, put it like on top of the hat or maybe on the door. That might be too tiny for the gingerbread house there. Oh, also, I hope all of these are pretty obvious what they are. This one is mistletoe, which I don't love the way that that looks. I don't think I've ever actually seen mistletoe in real life, so I don't know if that's accurate. I just looked up a picture, but we'll see. So that one, and then this is a snow globe. That was the other one that I thought maybe would be a little bit hard to tell on camera what it was. So other than that, let's go ahead and make our, what did I say, snowman and nutcracker, and then I'll get these fired and be back tomorrow. All right, so I think we're all done. I've made quite the mess here, so let me just try to move a couple things around without cutting myself, and then I'll bring all my little charms to view here. So some of these were definitely more challenging than others. Oh, also this one's Santa's cookies, if that wasn't obvious. I also thought maybe that would be hard to read. I think the car is my favorite. That one's really cute. Oh, this is the other one. This is a string of Christmas lights, if that was hard to tell what it was. Alrighty, so there are my, let's see, let me zoom in. There we go. These are my 25 little Christmas doodads that will be hanging from that advent calendar tree. Again, I'll fire these tonight and I'll be back tomorrow and film as I'm adding that gold paint and talk more about what that is. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Hi guys, welcome back. It's the next day. I have all my little fused doodads here. I also wanted to point out that I made this, it's just a white rectangle that I'm going to use, like I said earlier, as like the sign that says Merry Christmas for the top of the tree where those extra hooks are. I just I actually forgot about doing that until I had already started my kiln, so I had to quickly go out, stop it, make that, and throw it in so I could get it fired in time. But I did remember. Okay, so here is the gold paint I'm going to use. Let's see if I can get a good shot of it. That's the instructions. Okay. So it is, not focusing for some reason. It is Mayco, M-A-Y-C-O, and it says it's called Bright Gold. I'll link in the description box below to this product. I have used this before. I made a couple of wedding gifts this past year and incorporated this in it. And it looked really pretty. It's not my favorite to work with because, as you'll see when I'm doing the numbers, it's not gold as it comes out of here. It's like a dark brown color, and it's sort of hard to tell how much you're putting on the project sometimes, or that's what I found anyways. Maybe it was just the colors that I was using it on top of on the previous ones, but like I said, it turns out really pretty, so it's definitely worth it to me to use it for this project. Okay, so I think all these look really cute. Some of them I'm sort of wondering what I was thinking, like these, so the gifts and then the fireplace here. I'm like, what was I thinking? Where am I going to put the numbers? But I'll figure it out. I think for the most part, like maybe the snowflake too is going to give me a hard time putting the number. Maybe I'll have to make it really small. I should have probably just, I don't know, made a smaller snowflake or something. I'll make it work. We'll see what happens. So I'm gonna, again, probably speed up me painting the numbers on, and I will see you after that. Okay, so I have all my numbers done. Oop. I might have to clean that one up a little bit. The ink seems to have run a little bit, so I'll probably redo that one. And then for this one, this is, like I said, the Merry Christmas sign. This is from the tree, the little hooks that it's going to hang on, so I just wanted to bring this out for the spacing because I'm going to drill holes in the white part. So I don't want to put my writing, you know, where those holes are going to be. I also don't want to draw a Sharpie because the paint fires at such a lower temperature. I don't know that the Sharpie's going to burn off. So I'm just going to kind of leave this here as I paint my Merry Christmas sign. Good. Could be more perfect, but for freehanding with a paintbrush, I'm gonna say that that's good enough for me. Maybe I'll fill in the paint a little bit more. The instructions for the paint is to use a thin coat. I'm trying to just make it a consistent coat for the letters. We'll see how that turns out. Yeah, I'm definitely going to redo this 9 on the snowflake. But after I do that, I'm going to pop these back into the kiln. I have to redo this number 2. That one got a little bit wonky. Okay, I'm going to go through these and see what I can do here. And then I'm going to fire these according to the instructions on here. I'll put the schedule I use in the description box below, but just so you guys know, it says directions, fire to cone 019 to 018, which corresponds to 1234 to 1285 degrees Fahrenheit. No other information on here, but I do have a schedule that I've used this on before that my coworker, who is much more knowledgeable about kilns, gave to me. So I will put that in the description box below, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye! Hi guys, welcome back. It's the next day. I've just pulled all of my little Christmas tokens out of the kiln. I really love the way the gold paint turned out. Let me see if I can show you. It's really shiny. Overall, super pleased with those numbers. A little Merry Christmas sign here. That looks really nice. I think I could have been a little bit neater with some of the numbers, like this 18, the 8 is a little bit closed off. The 23 and the poinsettia is not quite, you know, on the petal. And what was the other one I was a little unhappy with? Oh, was it? Well, I guess if I can't find it, it wasn't too bad. Oh, here we go. This one, I somehow got a little smudge of the gold paint here. So, like I said at the beginning, I think that gold paint, since it starts off like that dark brown color, I think it was just hard to see on the red. So I think that's how that happened. But this is just me being like, you know, super nitpicky. Overall, I am really pleased with how this turned out. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some holes drilled into these at the tops of these and I'm gonna make some wire hooks to hang them from my little tree. And then once I have the whole project done, I'll come back and show you guys how it turned out. All right, see you soon. All right, so we are back with the final project. I have it hanging on the wall, although the tree it is actually freestanding. Just as far as filming, I thought that this was the easiest way to be able to get the whole thing in shot. I really like how it turned out. I'm pretty pleased. I think this was quite the undertaking. I think it was a pretty ambitious project, especially because I just, you know, found the tree at the thrift store. So I kind of just had to make it work for my project. And I'm pretty proud with what I came up with. So what I ended up having to do is for these 3 rows, I had to take out the little eye hooks and re-drill the holes just further apart from each other so that my little glass tokens would fit. That worked out pretty well. Some of them, like this row, for some reason the spacing seems to be smaller than the other rows. So these guys are, you know, like hitting this wood part beneath it. I think that's okay. I mean, I wouldn't have planned it that way, but for, you know, being a project that I didn't make everything exactly, you know, it was a found piece that I started with, I'm not gonna let that bother me. So the actual taking the tokens off and putting them on, it's a little clunky, I would say. But again, it does work, and I think overall the piece is pretty charming. So let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know if you'd like to see me do more projects with things I find at the thrift store. I love going, so that would be fun for me. If you like this video and you want to see more, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I do make a new video and put it out every Friday. So I'll see you next week. Bye.